Alright guys, it's going to be a really quick video. I'm not sure how to present this, so I'm just going to play this clip real quick and then I'll get into why I'm playing it in a moment.
That happens even with dealing with individual dog people. It's like, look, I'm
Like
not gonna.
we're not spending. There's a county that like a lot of America. There's several counties like this actually where the water mains are breaking, and businesses are shut down for like 10 to 30 days.
Okay, so he said that the water mains are breaking, and I listened to this little section a couple of times. I'm still not sure what he's talking about. But so I just got through having a conversation with a guy, and this repeat customer I've talked about before. He's that gay drag queen I've mentioned before in a previous video from probably 6-7 months ago. Anyway, he's a cool dude. Him and I get along pretty good. But he mentioned that we had just had a conversation about how where the water main from the city water main meets the PVC pipes underneath the ground at his parents' home. He inherited his parents' home after they passed away. He talked about how he's a little frustrated with that, but he's learned to kind of just go with the flow in terms of that. So he got through telling me about that, and how half of his parents' house got flooded because he was out of town for 3 days when this happened. So the whole yard flooded. Half the house got flooded because his PVC broke. The water main going into the PVC pipe, So, I ended up hearing this on this podcast less than 10 minutes after we had this conversation. And to just add on to that, me personally, my wife and I had an incident with our PVC pipes, our underground pipes that are outside. Right now we're putting dirt down to get ready to get a double wide put on our property. And the guy we hired to, level out the dirt and to spread the dirt, he was told not to go past a certain point because of the water, because of the PVC pipes. Because they're only 6 inches below the ground. They're not very far deep. We weren't the ones responsible for that. It was the people before us. My wife's cousin, whatever she decided to do. So they're not very far down into the ground. So the guy was spreading the dirt. He ended up hitting the pipe. Water was everywhere, and luckily he patched it on the spot. And they're gonna do a more permanent fix in the next few weeks when they start putting the trailer down. So copy paste reality, right, guys? Like I say, it's just strange because as soon as this dude started talking about water mains bursting in other counties across the United States, right? It's less than 10 minutes after this dude tells me about his issues with the water main bursting, right? It's so bizarre. I'm speechless. When it happened. I was listening to this podcast and the guy said it. I was like, can we just fucking slow down? Can we stop for a minute? This is insanity. Here's the thing. I thought it was bizarre enough that this guy was having issues with his water main on his parents' property. That was strange in itself, coming from, dealing with what we're dealing with right now, which is nothing really compared to what he's dealing with. I mean, half his fucking house got flooded, man. That's crazy. But it's just so weird, guys.
That like a lot of America, there's several counties like this actually where the water mains are breaking. And businesses are shut down for
So I don't know, man. And the weirdest part about it is right before he said it, he cleared his throat, and it's I don't know what to make of this. So y'all fucking tell me. It's like I said, it's a repeating fractal. It's a repeating just copy paste reality, right? Copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. Same fucking motifs, right? Reality motifs. For me, this is me. This is solipsism, I'm living in a solipsistic reality. The strange, here's another quick thing, real quick before I cut off the video. There's this thing that's been happening a lot, and it's actually happened this whole time that I've worked where I work right now. So in our photo lab, this thing happens where someone's coming to pick up photos. They tell me their last name, right? And it's just, for instance, let's say Stansberry. They'll say Monica Stansberry. I go to I go to the S's, look for Stansberry. Stansberry's right in front. Let's say, for instance, they don't tell me their first name. I see Stansberry, and I hand it to them. And they go, oh, that's not for me. That's a different first name. I was like, oh, okay, what's your first name? They tell me their first name, and it was like the Stansberry, maybe like a couple of envelopes behind that one. And this happens a lot. I mean, when I say a lot, I mean at least once a day. Like, not even joking. Where the person, again, I'm gonna explain it again, where it's like, person comes in, tells me their last name. Usually it's in the front because most people come in within an hour to pick up their stuff. So I got into the habit of asking about first names, right? But still, it's like almost every time even if it's some weird last name, it'll be at the front, and the actual customer will be behind that one, a few envelopes back. And it's just a reoccurring thing, and it's not just like common last names like Smith, like for instance Stansberry, like just strange last names that shouldn't even be happening. I don't know, man. It's weird. Like this strange shit like this happens to me constantly. And I know Matt McKinley's talked about this before as well, where these repeating, like, I don't know, these just synchronicities just up the wazoo. And a lot of people in his comments talk about this stuff too. And right now the 888 is like gone crazy, like absolutely crazy. It's so weird. So real quick, I'm gonna show y'all an image. This is a collage of the 888 stuff I've been noticing. So right there, so right here we got the 888. Do I really have to circle it? I mean, come on. That's a billboard I drive by every day, and apparently I drove by it every day. There's the 888 on the cash counter that we have. After I counted the change to one of the registers, it equaled out to 888. This was a random news story about some person who sued a school for improper education throughout high school or something like that, and they awarded him 888 hours of compensatory education. I mean, come on, man. What the fuck? So specific. And again, Jack the Ripper murders, 1888. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, guys, that about covers it. My cat's name is Baby, so who knows what the hell that means. Anyway, y'all take it easy.